9 months ago, the particle accelerator went online exactly as planned. For 45 minutes, I had achieved my life's dream, and then there was an anomaly.
Imagine that dot is everything the human race has ever learned until this moment.
Does that include twerking?
That is everything we could learn from the particle accelerator.
Officials are now trying to shut down the particle accelerator. What's so important about this particle accelerator anyway?
Accelerator podcast. My name is Tom, and with me are my co-hosts Jon and Zac. Say hi, Jon and Zac.
Hi, Jon and Zac.
Yay.
That was John, though.
That was John, though. Yeah.
I'll just sit quietly in the corner, twiddling my thumbs.
Yeah.
Well, he said say
in the
it.
corner, and you didn't even say nothing. Yeah, I know. What the hell's going on with
Usually
you?
I go first. I usually jump in front of John. I'm like, "Zup," but I stood back and let him go. I was like, go ahead.
You were
John.
like, I'm gonna be quiet this time.
I was like, go right ahead, mister.
Alright, well, this is a show where we talk about comic books and comic book superhero TV shows and superhero TV movies, or superhero TV movies, superhero movies. Now,
Times
yeah,
say superhero a minute.
superhero. We're talking about superheroes here. It started out just TV shows, and now we turned into a super show. Yay! Talk about comic books. Speaking of comic books, my first book that I read this week was Batman Beyond Rebirth, Bringing Down the Bat. Has Terminal in there. Terminal, if you ever watched the original Batman Beyond series, Terminal's in it. He's the guy Carter that they went to school with. And he was like the really, really smart guy, and then he was like being a joker behind the scenes to kind of just like get his rocks off, basically, because he was one of the smartest kids in school. And now he has taken over Jokerstown, which is like the bad part of Gotham, and he has a body of the Joker, and he says he's going to be able to bring him back to life, and he talks about how he came across this body in this episode, or in this issue, and he talks about how how the Joker body is cryogenically frozen, and then it also has Terry infiltrating the Jokers in this issue as a Joker. And he has Max and Matt, his brother, and the one black girl with the pink hair. They are still his sidekicks or whatever, but they like both know he's Batman. And I believe I talked about that already in the past two issues that I read. But they go through this coup where, to get Batman into the infiltrated into the Jokers, and so Terry's dressed up as a Joker, and he gets into there, and he finds Dana, who he's been looking for, and she tells him that, there's a cryogenically frozen Joker. Go back into the back, and at the end, it's actually a really fucking crazy twist at the end of this one. Like, if I had to wait and read wait a month to read the next fucking issue, I would have been a little upset. Oh, no. You know what? Hold on, sorry. Give me a second. Yeah, actually, at the end of this one is when Terry gets in, and I am a little upset because I do have to wait to figure out what the heck's going to happen in the next issue, because they end up finding out that that's not actually the Joker. You find out that the Joker has died in this next issue, in issue 3, and you find out how he died, and it's like this huge battle between Batman and the Joker or whatever, just like every other fucking thing. And they're like battling in the snow, and there's this truck that's going out of control, and it slams into a wall, and well, if I could only find it. Slams into a wall, and they'd only find little bits and pieces of the Joker, but then he said that the Joker's gang came and picked him up and cryogenically froze him. And, he's telling the whole Joker's gang this, and so he's using the money from it, and he's using the gang to, he's using the gang to get what he wants, so he can, pretty much do what he wants with the Jokers, but he doesn't want to be a part of them, it doesn't seem like. And the big twist at the end is it's not actually the Joker's body, it's Bruce Wayne's body. And it just ends on him holding, or him going, like, Bruce Wayne's body is, like, in this cryo, like, not even a cryo tube. He's more like on a hospital bench with a bunch of tubes in him, and he says he's in cryo, and it's him, and he's got green dyed hair, and he got white face paint and everything, and he looks like the Joker, but it's got his bio like right next to it with his like DNA scans and everything like that, and it all says Bruce Wayne, and it looks like Terminal has been taking the funds from Bruce Wayne's account and using them to spend on Joker activities, or he's using the Joker's account and using them to spend on Joker's activities, and he's got Bruce Wayne's body for some reason. I don't know. But that's where it left off, as how Bruce Wayne is dead, but his body is cryogenically frozen and dressed up as the Joker and being used as like a leverage for like him to be basically in charge of the Joker's gang. Pretty fucking nuts.
Yeah, that's
I was not expecting that at all. Right
yeah.
away in book 3, there's like that fucking crazy ass twist. So.
Oh, so we already got our new Joker, or at least our new Joker wannabe.
Well, he's always been like that. Even in the cartoon series, that character was introduced in the cartoon series, Terminal. They all went to high school together. He's just now leading the Jokers, and the Jokers are the gang of the town and shit. Well, Gotham, Neo Gotham, New Gotham. So. Also, yeah, it is crazy as hell. I can loan you the books and you can check them out if you want to. I also got into Blue Beetle 3 and 4. It's the latest issues of Blue Beetle. And in here, Jaime's having a dream, and he wakes up and the Scarab's taking him to like an area where he has to battle these other green like beetles. But they're like mimicked green. They look like they're just like actual beetles, not the green beetle. You know what I mean? But after he gets done doing all that and he's explaining his dream to somebody, there shows off this green beetle showed up, and there's a guy who you see him in one panel as the green beetle, and he's walking through the airport, right? And he's just casually walking through and nobody's looking at him, and then the next panel you see him from a different angle, but he's actually a human, so he's not in his beetle form or whatever, and he's still walking through said airport. And, it's a fucking green beetle, and he looks like he's up to no good whatsoever. And in the next one, you have a nice little Dr. Fate cameo where there's a guy who found something. I can't remember what he found. Scarab? I think he found a scarab. I just read this too. I don't know why the fuck I'm mind fucking on it. But he God damn it! Now I gotta look. Hold on. Give me a second to get in here and fucking find out what the hell I'm looking for because. Yeah, it also has Jaime's origin in this episode, which is really sweet because it's a different one than the one I'm used to, you know? And here at the beginning, yeah, he has some box, and it's this guy, and he's like, this happened in 2015, so this comic book is technically supposed to be taking place in real time or whatever, right? So this happened like last year, 2 years ago, and there's his box, and he's talking to Ted Cord about the Scarab, I think, and he gets off the phone with Ted, and he keeps driving his little Jeep, and then all of a sudden Dr. Fate shows up, right? And he gets scared, crashes, drives into the ocean, and Dr. Fate goes down, opens up the door, gets in there, takes the little box, or opens up the box, sees that there's nothing in it, and then just leaves the guy to drown in the fucking Jeep.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's kind of brutal. And then it cuts to Jaime talking about his dreams and shit like that, and then he ends up getting like one of his friends is a girl. Like his two friends are this girl and this guy. And one of the friend that's a girl has this other friend that's a girl, and she hooks him up with Jaime in this episode or in this issue too. She's pretty cute as for cartoons go. You know, and then Jaime has a doctor's appointment with this chick that found out that the Scarab is actually like changing his skeletal structure, like actually changing like his actual skeletal structure. They haven't told him yet. Ted Cord and the doctor chick haven't told him yet. And then it goes through Jaime's origin where they found the Scarab was floating down the water, and the friends went out to grab it, and it like electrocuted and went and found and attached itself to Jaime, and then he woke up and he was, you know, the Scarab or whatever. And then yeah, it's a little bit more of Ted Cord just talking to himself about, you know, how he's going to tell Jaime and stuff like that. And then it goes into old school Ted Cord and how he became the Blue Beetle, and what he wasn't actually, you know, didn't have the Scarab on him. He just dressed up like a doofus and went out and fought crime. So like basically it went
Is that
through
the
his
one with the big old goggles?
Yep, the big old goggles. Okay. Yep. And then it goes through that, and then at the very end of this, like it has Jaime and the girl, and they talk for a little bit, and she's like, "You never actually asked me out," and he goes, "Oh, well, would this be a good time?" And then she's like, "Yeah," and they're like, "All right, cool." And he never really asked her out, but he kind of asked her out, and that was the end of the fucking book. I was like, all right, whatever. But yeah, there was that.
That's a better.
What?
That's a better ending than like half the other shit we're gonna talk about.
Oh so, boy.
But I'll lay into that later.
But yeah, that was that was the end of Blue Beetle and Batman Beyond so far. What's up?
Do the different color of beetles have like different powers?
I'm not quite sure. They all, as far as I'm aware, they seem like they have the same style.
Well, because from Young Justice, it just seemed like the Black Beetle was like bulkier and like built stronger or something like that. So
yeah, but I don't know.
I mean, that's
we'll
really
find out,
the
I
only
guess.
I have.
If the Green Beetle showed up in in issue 3, but there was nothing in issue 4 but Dr. Fate cameo. And a couple of origin stories. We'll see. Issue 5 will have a little bit more probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm really interested in both to see what the hell's gonna go on. But the next week I'm probably gonna read a lot of Nightwing, and come at you with a lot of Nightwing.
I still have another 2 weeks before my pull list.
You should go next week and see if there's anything new you want to check out. Because you've only picked up 2 things anyways.
Yeah,
what?
I've been thinking about picking up Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate?
That's like 18 issues in, so that'd be a good one to cover.
Yeah, but once
I
you
know
get
it's
once
pretty
you get
far, but
once you get caught up on it though, that's where it's like, oh well, now I need to find something else because you know what I mean. Like, you gotta have
Yep.
more than 2 or 3 things. I got way more than 2 or 3 things, so I got a good amount to get caught up on.
right.
I think I am gonna pick up the Justice League and Suicide Squad graphic novels just to catch up on those quick, and then I'm actually just gonna buy the crossovers individually.
Oh hell yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good.
Because then I
So-
can just add 2 more things to my pull list. So
So
I wouldn't mind having the big old books of them like you're talking about. That just
The
has like
graphic
every
novels?
relevant issue. Yeah, the graphic novels. That has just like every relevant issue up to this point about him, doesn't it, or something like that?
that has
Yeah,
all
it's
of
like-
that's like every issue. Like
Okay.
in one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you'd have to get
It's
like,
just like-
in volume 1, volume 2, volume 3.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
because they'll release like
Right.
4 of them throughout the whole run, and then like if you have all 4 of them, you have the run.
Okay. Cool. I might have to look into some of that shit like
Like
that.
I have the.
And if you go to our local
CWs.
if you go to our local comic book shop that we go to, they got 50% off. Graphic novels usually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the CW's graphic novel for their. I think it's like volume 2 for episode 8 through something.
Well, all right. Might have to check this out.
So we'll get you set up for sure. All right, let's talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
the first movie that we watched this week, Justice League: Throne of Atlantis. What were your guys' thoughts before you went into it? What were you expecting, and what did you want to get out of this movie?
I mean,
Well, because
go ahead, John.
I like Justice League War, like just in general, like finding out about Shazam and all that,
Yeah.
and like being able to watch pretty much just an extension of that movie. I was already pretty set. Like going into watching this movie was like, all right, this is gonna be a good time. I knew it was
Yeah.
at least gonna be good.
Oh yeah. Well, the
And
characters that
it
they
far ex-
created.
Yeah,
It's
it
just so
far
great.
exceeded my expectations.
Hell
It's-
yeah.
I loved this fucking movie. It was great.
What about you, Zach?
Yeah, it was really good. I liked it. I remember the first time I watched it, I was really into it. But this is like my third or fourth time watching it this week now, though. But you asked, what did you expect going into this? And all I can really say is I expected Aquaman, and we got that.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, I really like this director's like art style. I really like how it's bloody and gory. They have no problem saying like cussing
Yeah.
words and shit
Well,
like that.
these are
I
the
love shit like that.
more adult. This is the more adult oriented, movies. Especially like with
Yeah.
that very beginning at this, where like they had that guy talk about how his kid had the picture of had the Superman toys, and he's like,
Yep.
we're superheroes too, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden the fucking ship goes down,
Damn.
everybody dies, and then you see that picture
Uh-huh.
floating through the water. Like, fuck, man, that's no fucking kid wants to watch that as a fucking beginning of a movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
That might scare some
Horrifying.
6-year-old. That'll
Oh,
give
yeah.
a 6-year-old nightmares. You know what I'm saying?
What I like the
For
most
sure.
about it though, they don't go overboard with it. Like it's not too gory. Like,
No,
it's-
not at all.
Right.
It's
They,
just-
they use it when it's appropriate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not like an overly gory like anime or anything like that. You know what I mean? It's actually like it's appropriately used for sure.
I hear The Killing Joke, on the other hand, is supposed to be pretty fucking brutal.
It's okay. It's I don't know.
Is it out yet?
It's out. Yeah, it's a little bit
Is it
more
The Killing
disappointing
Joke?
than it's
The
a
Killing
little,
Joke.
Yeah, it's a little bit more disappointing than you would imagine.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
unfortunately.
we might have to check that out and cover that at some point then, because I didn't know
We
that was
will.
out yet.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's
Cool.
been out. It's been out. It's been out for almost a
All right,
year
well, I mean, back on track though.
now. Yeah.
Fucking just seeing the Justice League still kind of like forming, because they didn't even have
Well-
to call it Justice yet. And,
Yeah,
like-
they had that when they were doing the plaque. It said the Super 7
Yeah.
when he was walking up,
Mhm.
and he was like,
At the
"Oh,
very
I thought we
end of it,
changed
yeah.
that." Yeah, that was pretty funny. Because it still said Super
no,
7 across the thing.
Yeah, like one of the coolest parts I thought earlier on in the movie was when like they actually finally all got together after that little bit of complication that they had getting everyone together. Batman was like, "Hey, Cyborg, run a bunch of analysis on this shit," and like his eyes just glue up.
Oh
red. I was
yeah,
like,
when
"Oh,
he was
dude,
looking at
could-
the when they were like investigating the doctor, or not the doctor, but the professor's like lab or whatever.
yeah, the
And
professor.
it was the
Yeah.
shredded picture that Superman pulled up and put up there, and he
Yeah,
was
could
like,
you imagine having
he scanned
Cyborg
it.
on demand at any point you need it?
That
Though?
would be the
Like,
coolest shit in the world, wouldn't
that
it?
would be rad as hell.
You think?
Now, are
You
we
think what?
are we just gonna like glance over Superman and Wonder Woman's date?
Yeah. Well, Zach's the
Yeah,
one who
I
wants to
guess
jump
you
right
could.
into the middle of the movie. He can't go
Hey
straight
man, I
down.
thought that's not the middle of the movie. My goodness.
That is very well much after the date,
I
which we
I
can
mean,
Yes,
you
all right,
make.
all right. Back it
one
up a
thing
little
I
bit here.
noticed before the Superman and Wonder Woman date was Cyborg and his doctor were having a little thing there for
Yeah,
having a little
but
moment there.
there's a reason I glanced over that, and that's because later they just kind of he like brushes her off anyway, and they never even touch on it after that. Like what?
What? Yeah, they
No,
do.
he totally
They
like
totally
gets
do.
with it. Like, yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he
where is
totally.
it?
Shazam touches on it.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does again at the
Shazam
very
was
end
like
too.
yeah, at the very end they get together at the very end for sure.
Look at us already skipping to the end here. No,
But
but
that's
Alright.
John's fault.
Spoiler
There.
slams that
alert.
puss.
Spoiler
No, he
alert,
slams
alert,
that
alert.
puss. For sure.
And then okay, so Aquaman kicked. Okay, so yeah, the Wonder Woman and Superman date. What do you think about that? Like Lois Lane?
I didn't like it.
You didn't?
They don't
I like
last.
it. I like it more
I-
than Lois Lane. I don't like Lois Lane. I want Wonder
Okay,
Woman and Aquaman.
see, but that's the thing. I didn't like it because I don't like Lois Lane. I didn't like it because I don't like Superman with Wonder Woman. I like the Wonder Woman that's like fawning over Batman.
Oh really?
Yeah, like yeah, that's the Wonder Woman I grew up watching.
I like Wonder Woman. I like Wonder Woman with Superman a little bit more. Because Batman just doesn't want to be with anybody at all. Superman
That's
at
why I
least
like it, because it's just funny. Because she's always like, he's pretty great. Batman's like, what the fuck? What are you doing?
Leave me alone.
Yeah, see,
My parents are dead.
My par-
my parents are dead. Leave me alone.
maybe Wonder Woman just has a thing for dudes with dead parents.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
could be it.
But
could be it.
what the hell was I gonna say? So I don't know much about these particular personalities of the Justice League. Like I don't know if there's anything before Wars on them, but had Superman been with Lois previously, or have they yet to get together?
See, that's the thing. When he was touching her hand during the date, and
took
Lois
his
walked
hand
up, he's
off.
like,
Yeah,
So I think he's playing them.
Ew, gross. Oh, Superman having an affair?
Yeah,
No,
Superman
I
being
think
like,
Superman.
"Oh."
I think that Superman was already with Lois, and he's scared because that's X. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I'm
So-
sure. Ultimately, Superman gets with Lois, though, so...
Well, that's in the Rebirth canon. What universe is that?
Like, most
What Earth?
of them. Like, the very original one
Yeah, I
is
know.
like
But
the only one that I can actually factually reference that off. I'd have to
Ooh.
look it up.
I want to say, what if it's Earth 2? But like,
Yeah.
I also
Like,
want to
what if
wait
this
till
is- this is a
Earth 2
different Earth?
comes out at the end of this year in the comics.
yeah, dude,
London.
there's an Earth 2 comic coming out. Is it Rebirth
Okay.
Earth 2? Yeah. I was like,
Hey.
what?
Okay.
All right, well,
That's
okay,
weird.
so Aquaman was talking to the little
Aquaman.
fucking Aquaman.
Talking to the
Arthur Curry. He was talking to the fish, not the fish. He was talking to a lobster.
It was a
Talking to
lobster.
the little lobby.
Yeah, and then the dude
When I
was gonna
saw
eat
that-
it, and then he kicked 7 dudes' asses over talking
Hey,
to a
I was gonna
lobster.
eat that.
No, I have a question about that because like
What?
every time he got hit, was he just acting? Because I mean,
I
he
don't
gets
think-
hit by some shit later. Like he gets his shit pretty rocked, and then but like they're hitting him with like a little bar.
Like
This
a,
dude,
a
like I
pipe.
have a
Like he was
yeah,
getting
I
hit
have a-
with like a metal pipe.
yeah, it was like a
Yeah.
metal pipe, but like he also gets blasted by a magic trident. Like, come
Mhm.
on, what's a bar gonna do?
And he got stabbed by a
shatter.
knife and it broke.
Yeah, it just shattered.
Yeah, that's
his
why I'm
knife.
saying. Like he shattered a knife. Like,
Yeah.
did they
He was
really hurt
wondering
him?
if
I
that
think
could
he was
happen.
just acting.
I mean, they may have not hurt him, but like,
No, he was just drunk.
yeah, pain or not, like you still feel the force and like. you
Yeah,
would
he
react
was
as such
drunk
to it, even
and
if
got
it
into a
doesn't
big
hurt
ass
you.
fight because they took his friend away and he didn't want them to eat him.
Leave my little lobster alone.
Yeah,
Ollie.
and he saved the little lobster, which was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Right in the middle of it, he's like, hold on.
So-
And he just like picks up the lobster, puts him in his shirt real quick.
Why why can't we get a landman?
Man.
We have him.
Yeah.
His name is Batman.
Yeah, it's better.
No.
Man.
Batman
have-
doesn't talk to like all the woodland critters and get them to help and shit.
Oh
We
my
need, like, a
God,
Snow White
no,
landman.
that's dumb.
I said it was batter, man. Could you imagine a man made of batter?
Batman can like use his sonic thing and like sometimes control bats to do what he wants.
That brings up something I want to talk about in the movie we're going to discuss later, but I will save that.
All right.
Uh,
I like
See,
this.
you-
I like this
you
Batman
already-
in this right. This Batman in the animated series, right? He's all like an asshole, and you know, especially when Green Lantern went to go and like get him, and
Yeah.
he's, you know.
No, he had every right to be pissed at Green Lantern because Green Lantern
Yeah.
just went in like a fucking rookie and just was too rushed. I saw that and I was like, well, you listen here, you little bastard.
listen here, you little lantern.
I like that Batman a little bit more. You know, he's a little bit of a asshole kind of a Batman. You know, he don't take no shit from
Just
nobody
Batman.
kind of Batman.
What's
And
the
then Black
Batman
Manta,
iteration?
what'd you guys think that Black Manta was the guy who was like, working with the fucking. He was working
He was
with the
behind
fucking.
everything.
Yeah, wasn't he crazy?
Yeah, he was behind everything.
And this
Oron?
dude's still
Oron was his
alive.
brother's name, right?
Orm?
Orm, yeah, like he
Yeah,
manipulated
Orm's his brother.
Orm's his
Yeah.
brother. Yeah, his brother's an asshole.
Oh
Black Manta was the one who talked Orm into pretty much everything. Like he even says it at the end. He's like, "Oh, I was the one who was working behind everything, and then I was just gonna kill him and take that trident for myself." You guys
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because Orm's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's pretty dumb.
And then
He's a
Black
big old doofus.
Black Manta's son is the one
Aqualad.
Aqualad from Young Justice.
Yeah, Young Justice. Yep. I think
It's really cool how he can like control those fucking like swords and shit, like fucking
the
water.
water swords.
Oh,
I'm- It might be the same universe because I'm pretty sure it's the same art director. Let me get back to you on that. Go ahead, keep talking. I'll be in part of the conversation.
yeah, no problem.
Oh yeah, sure you will be.
Oh yeah, I know. Speaking of Orm, I wrote down in my notes, Orm's a dick is one of my bullet points.
It is like for
Okay.
no reason too. Like they just made him a dick. Like there was really no reason other than my dad was also a dick, so I am a dick. They just made him.
No,
a
And
dick.
they didn't even
Here's
know
the thing.
how was his dad a dick. His dad just
Yeah,
died.
Exactly.
They
You
didn't
don't get
even
to know,
explain.
and I'm pretty sure he killed his dad.
No, his dad died because of avalanche between a war that happened
Yeah, it
of
was
the
like
surface
something to
worlds,
do with-
and
Yeah,
it set
yeah.
off
Uh,
like something to where he fell into a volcano or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It was an accident, more or less, and he was like, "Well, so it happened on land, so all land must be bad."
But didn't they also? Because when his mom was talking to him, she was all like, "Yeah, you spilt Atlantean blood."
Yeah, that's when
Yeah.
she was talking to Black Manta. She said that to Black Manta because he like took that ship and turned it into a submarine and launched fucking torpedo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Surface worlder torpedoes at the farmers of seaweed, the seaweed farmers.
I thought that was
Uh,
fucking cool too.
Yeah, the
They just
seaweed
farm
farmers.
seaweed.
Yeah.
Like,
So yeah, he killed a whole shit ton of seaweed farmers and blamed it on the surface worlders, and that's how they tried to start the war.
is that like the equivalent of like, say, Trump like nuking the Mexicans for picking our apples?
No, because it wouldn't be like that. It would be more like somebody under him. So, because it couldn't be a leader because the leader didn't do it. It was,
It would
a
have to
third
be
down.
like, okay.
Yeah.
So the third or fourth person down would have to do it and then blame it on him.
Okay.
That's how that would have to work. I need a pen.
They have fucking seaweed farmers.
Yeah, they have seaweed farmers. I mean, I don't know. I was gonna make fun of it, but then I was like, well, I guess what other things would they what other things would they have? They would have a lot of fish. They'd eat a lot of fish. They would, well, like, what else? What do you eat? What vegetables grow
Sushi.
underwater?
No,
Seaweed.
Yeah,
What's the
seaweed.
other one I just said?
kelp.
Kelp. That's it. Thank you.
Well,
There's
maybe
a-
that was kelp.
That's it.
It was a seaweed
But,
and
like-
kelp farm.
With I saw the seaweed and kelp farm they have. They have farms. It makes you think they probably have like grocery stores and like mechanics and blah blah blah. You see how big that city was. Where the fuck are they gonna find the space to like build and store all of their war machines?
We
Underneath-
probably didn't see all of Atlantis at all in this. There was probably a
You
whole
can-
armory, an area in the back that we didn't even see that would house all of their war machines and shit. Because how Atlantis has like hella war machines. You saw that.
Yeah,
what
that's
was
what I'm
it?
saying. Like they had a badass fucking army, but
Yeah.
like, where
It's,
the fuck did they keep that all? I feel like
it's
Atlantis was a
magic.
little small in here.
It's magic. They just summon it when they
We
need
didn't
it.
see the whole thing. We probably saw 1/4 of Atlantis in this movie.
Nah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't know.
know. That's
I don't know.
a pretty far stretch.
But no. Speaking of the invasion, like their army when they first invaded after Orm did his treasonous bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Stabbed a bitch in the heart.
He stabbed his mom in the back.
How do you
Yeah.
how do you do not only how do you
How do you
stab somebody
kill
in the
your
back, how
own
do you
mom?
stab your mother?
Yeah, how do you
Right.
kill your own mom?
Like that's fucked up, dude.
He didn't like his mom.
And he was,
But he couldn't even
and he
look
was,
her in the eyes.
he was
Like,
so
Well,
he was so
sweet mom.
manipulated by Black Manta
Yeah.
too that it.
Yeah,
It
Black
happens.
Manta's a dick. Black Manta
Yeah.
ends up becoming Aquaman's like main rival, doesn't he? So like he's not gone. He's still around. He gonna be there to fuck shit up for days to
We'll
come.
go over that
Yep,
later,
he
though.
becomes one of Aquaman's main
Shit,
what is it?
he joins the League of Doom even, doesn't
Yeah. Legion of Doom.
he? Yeah. The Legion. I don't know why I keep saying League. That might just be something you guys have to get used to. That'll definitely be a shit Zach says kind of thing.
Yeah, League of Doom. You're an idiot.
God.
So how about
League of Doom.
okay? So when Arthur, do you guys remember when Arthur and his mom met when he was a kid?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think? That was the
Now-
only time he gets to see his mom alive.
Was that the act? Did they actually meet, or was
Mhm.
that just him seeing shit?
Yep, that
So they actually met.
actually
They
met.
actually
They had to
met.
have actually met. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And
Okay.
that's the only time he got to see his mom alive.
I mean, that's more than fucking Superman got.
Yeah, I guess. But he's got Kara,
I got like 2
so
seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Which
Aquaman's
is
still got a
why-
whole civilization.
yeah,
That's
that's true.
That's why, like, when Superman was like, I am the sole survivor of my race, I was like, shut the fuck up. You know you're not. Like,
Whatever. No, because Superman, like, I feel like he just straight guilt tripped Aquaman into
Yeah.
doing it. Because, like,
He
you could see the
did,
look on his
though.
face after. He wasn't too excited about it, but he's like, God damn it, he's right. Now I gotta do something. Like,
shit, guess I'll be a king.
fuck, if
I
I
don't
say
know,
no
somebody
now, I'm gonna
offered.
look like a dick.
Somebody offered me a cool trident in a kingdom. I'd be like, fuck yeah, where do I sign?
The
I
fucking
feel like he had an adequate reaction to it when she like showed the armor to him and was like, "Now wait a minute, wait," because like I felt like he was taking it too well at first.
yeah.
I'd probably
Yeah,
still
and then
be
he
in
started
shock, but I
taking it
couldn't
off.
handle
I was like, oh man, we get the Aquaman suit. But I did like the armor. I don't know about you guys, but I
Right.
thought the armor was kind of
Yeah, that's
badass.
okay.
I mean, the helmet was a little much. All right, don't get me wrong.
I was hoping he'd leave a
But
little
the
bit more of it
armor
on,
was
like,
awesome.
this. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I thought it was fucking sweet. Like, I don't know. But yeah. Speaking of that trident, it was the magic shrimp fork. I thought that was the funniest damn thing in the world. I
Nope,
laughed my
but
ass
that-
off.
So
What?
I've always seen Aquaman. Even though, a fun fact, Chris or fucking Tom got us all little figures and gift baskets when we first started this, and they came with little
Yeah.
mystery figures, and I got an Aquaman.
And you were upset.
Oh, that's right.
And now,
I was
Yeah,
very
you were
upset.
and
mad.
now
that's
you are
why I
like,
bring that up.
and now
No,
you're
because-
like, it's
Like,
cool.
I do think it's cool now, but only because of this movie. And because when I watched it, I was sitting here thinking, like, looking at this trident, like, Aquaman ain't shit. I couldn't ever understand why anybody was like, Aquaman's alright. He can
Aquaman's
actually do
cool.
some shit.
I'm pretty
Aquaman's
sure
cool
there
as
actually
fuck.
is a
Tell-
comic line.
I saw that trident shoot Superman in the chest and make Superman bleed. I was like, oh. He can,
Yeah,
Um,
dude,
he can
Aquaman's cool
actually
as shit.
do
There's
stuff.
an Aquaman Rebirth going on right now. I think Zac
Yeah.
should get that.
See, I might
Nah,
actually end up
I get
picking up
Dr.
all the
Fate
Justice
first.
League individuals.
Ooh.
Because I already have Batman, Flash, Green Lanterns. I'll probably pick up Cyborg and Wonder Woman.
Cyborg, Wonder
and
Woman,
Aquaman.
and Aquaman. I mean,
And
once
then I'll
you get
just do the
caught up,
Justice League graphic novels.
once you get caught up,
'Cause-
it's not. It wouldn't be ridiculous. Like if you started out on number one.
None of the other ones. I'll say none of the other ones are past 10 right now.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say once you get
those
caught
are
up,
easy to
it
catch
won't
up
be
on.
ridiculous, but that would be cool, man. I thought Atlantis had some pretty cool features, but before the mom died, how she just kind of was like, "Attention, Atlanteans," and it went everywhere. Like it just kind of fucking like she just popped up a bubble of screen, and it was just wherever people were, and she like did that whole like, attention, this is happening, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I thought that was
I
pretty
know.
neat.
I thought she was a brutal queen.
Really?
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought she was a
Because
nice
when she
queen.
got all up in Black Manta's face and shit,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was like, I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, fucking get it, girl.
Yeah.
You do
Yeah, that's
you.
not brutal. That's that's like a just and what a queen should be like. A brutal queen is like,
Well, no, I didn't say like maliciously
yeah,
brutal. I just meant
maliciously
like she was
brutal.
like,
That's what I was thinking. More
Yeah.
maliciously brutal, where she
She
is
yelled
like
when she needed to.
awesome. Like she was kick
yeah, she's like
ass.
awesome brutal.
Yeah,
She's
okay,
fucking-
I get you. She's
She rose
awesome
her
brutal.
voice. She gave her kids a spanking when they acted out of line.
Not really, because Orm obviously didn't get a spanking enough as he needed it.
He got
That
spoiled
kid
by his
needed
father.
to be beat.
He got
Needed to be
Orm,
beat.
Orm needed his spankings and he didn't get
Now-
none.
That just goes to show you, though, how much wouldn't happen if parents just beat their children.
That's fucked up.
I bet you parents killed their
Parents killed their children. You heard it here.
If parents
first,
killed
guys.
their children, we would have no more
Ooh.
children.
No,
Yes,
if parents beat
flawless
their
logic.
children, though, I bet you Krypton would still be a planet.
The sun wouldn't have exploded if parents could beat their children? I don't understand
No.
your logic.
Their planet wouldn't have exploded. This was their planet, not the sun. They kept mining their fucking planet of
Supernova,
natural
I thought.
resources.
I thought it was a supernova.
I thought it was the
No,
sun.
because Daxam survived.
Okay.
Daxam survives until parts of Krypton. You guys, come on! Wow. Okay, guess I'm picking up Superman Rebirth too.
Gonna have to.
Thank you.
It was all a big ruse the whole
Thank
time.
you.
So, I know I brought this up like 3 years ago, but the same people who made these animated movies did not work on Young Justice. They must just be in like close elaboration with them or something, or just kind of decide to keep some of the characters looking alike for, ease. But I don't know. They're not same people.
Are they
Well,
in
carry
the
on.
same? Are they in the same? Are they happening on the same Earth, Zach?
It doesn't
That,
actually
I
really
think, was my
specify
question.
where on there. It just mentions them as either it organizes them by like movies, TV series. It doesn't really mention what generation it is. I don't know how I would say that. Like what world it's happening in.
What Earth?
Universe. That's it. What
What
universe
realm?
would be? Yeah, what realm? What spectrum? Come
What
with everyone but the
universe?
right one first.
I like the universe.
I gotcha.
Multiverse.
Universe,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like that one.
That one's the sweet one.
That one's the
I will
sweet
keep
one.
I'll keep looking into that though, Tam.
All right. So that fight at the end now. So Orm brings the army of Atlanteans and has that huge wave, right? And then it parts, and there's it was just a huge look how big my dick is, Orm doing that
Um,
as he's getting to the surface, and then like the army gets on shore. What?
I was more terrified of that tidal wave than I was the actual army. I get they're Atlanteans and they have magical
Yep.
powers and such.
That tidal
was
wave
an
would've-
awfully small army.
That tidal
Oh,
wave
yeah,
would
the
have
tidal
taken out
wave.
way more than what the army had,
Yeah.
huh?
You didn't even need the. That's what I'm saying. Like that army was not a big enough army to take over the world. Sorry.
Why? No, but why did they stop the tidal? Like,
Yeah.
why would they bring out the army when they could have just destroyed the place with a tidal wave?
Like he said,
Like-
one was just flexing his. You're just flexing on him. He's
Yeah.
like, look at how big
Orm
my
was
balls
flexing.
are now.
Yeah.
That's
Orm
all it
was straight
and he
up
got cocky
flexing.
with it. Yeah, he
Got
was too busy.
dumb.
showing. He could have destroyed everything and won right then and there, but he was like, no, we're gonna march on there and start
Yep.
fighting them. And at like any point, he could have, if it was still there, because like he stopped it right there, like he could have just dropped it. Because I mean, like even if it did just
Yeah,
slowly rise down,
it
like,
was up.
there'd be splashing everywhere. Like
It was up and then it parted like sideways too. So like, oh whatever. He
so
could have
any given
smashed some
could
shit,
have just
but
dropped that.
the fight
Yeah,
was
once you
pretty.
started
The fight was
it
pretty
could have
epic.
been like tidal wave. Yeah, it was.
That's the thing. I think them introducing the army was just like unnecessary filler. That's all it
Yeah.
was.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
they needed
just to
to
make
get
it-
the army onto the screen so the army could fight against the other army, and
Why
then
not just
you know
march them out of the goddamn water?
what?
Why not just
Kinda.
march them out of the water?
Oh yeah, that would have been fucking cool. But the tidal wave was
That would've been
scarier.
Yeah, having a big old
They
tidal
did
wave.
kind
I
of
like that.
march out
It's
of the
like-
water when they went to go assassinate the professor at
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know
See, that's what I
Aquaman's
was saying.
doorstep.
I thought that's what they were gonna do with the army. But I mean, I guess if he was like trying to flex his penis and shit, yeah, you're gonna like need a big intro.
Yeah,
Kinda
that's like a
like
huge
fake
intro for a
wrestling.
small army. Yeah, huge intro for a small army, man. Needed it. He needed it.
I like
that even if that was a small army, they still did some
They
damage.
did some
like,
fucking damage, dude. They fucked up like everything. Like the whole
yeah.
army got fucked up to the point where they needed the, Super 7 to help them out.
we're just gonna. That's canon to us now.
well, it technically
Shit,
is
it
because that's what they got
technically is.
named first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't get
Super
it changed
Friends.
fast enough.
Super
Flash,
Friends,
yeah.
Super 7.
Super Friends. I love how in almost any Justice League movie you watch or like Justice League show, they like Super Friends is a thing at one point.
Yep.
Yeah. I like the part where like they all got trapped by his like that cocoon thing or whatever they want to call it.
Oh,
and they
yeah.
dropped him down to the chasm by the Kraken,
Mhm.
and it was just Shazam, Flash, and Batman still on ground, and they're like, "Well, we got this big old tidal wave coming," and they're like, "How the hell are we gonna clear out all these cities?" And Batman's like, "We're not. We're fucked. They're gonna die." Just pretty much just Debbie Downer. Just we're not like didn't even want to think about an option. Just fuck
I like it.
We're screwed.
I like the very cynical. I love a cynical, Batman. I think it's awesome.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
but that's
it's
the
pretty
thing.
cool.
Are you gonna fill people with false hope at that point and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna evacuate everybody," and then when everybody dies, you're just like, "Oh, well, guess I was wrong." Like, no, you just from the bat, you just assume
stuff.
everybody's dead.
So how is Orm so damn hard to take out? Why is it that trident made that little brat fuck so hard to get taken out by everybody?
It's the trident of Poseidon. It's got godly powers.
Well, that and it also that's what transformed all of the Atlantean race into Atlanteans. Like
It's a pretty
But-
that
powerful.
stuff is pretty
Superman.
brutal.
But Superman.
That's why I'm saying like, you think
It's
but
small.
Superman, but then you look at that staff and what it did to him, you're like, okay, Aquaman might be something here.
Might be a little bit more badass. But Orm, really? Like, even his little brat fuck ass was able to fucking, like,
Yeah. It
how
wasn't his
was it
power,
so
it
hard
was
for
the
him to get
tridents.
taken out?
So, all right, you know how they have that like Batman or Superman as Batman speeding bullets comic?
Mm-hmm.
I'm wanting them to do something like that, but like Aquaman that becomes a Flash or like some other superhero like that.
They did that. Batman, or Superman becomes Batman.
But that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
they
They did it with
did that
Superman
last-
into Batman. But if they do more, like, I really like those types of ideas.
Okay.
Because,
Well,
like,
maybe
I
they did that
didn't
last.
like the Flash at first before I started like watching the Arrowverse and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then I saw the Flash and I was like, okay, Flash became my favorite superhero. Like, now that I'm starting to get into comic books and stuff and get into like the movies and the animated series, getting to see Aquaman and actually hating Aquaman growing up, and then seeing movies like this and being like, okay, well,
My
this could be
opinion
pretty
was
cool.
wrong. Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah. You just wait. You just wait until we get to next week. Next
gonna
week
be
you'll have a whole new set of new favorite characters. I'll tell you that much right now.
I will have a whole new movie to rag on too, though.
Yep, you will. All right, well, let's get to the end of this first movie then. Aquaman. I want to first point out that this Aquaman, or this movie, is going to be kind of like the new live-action Aquaman movie and the new Justice League movie. Like the two movies that we watched, Justice League War and Aquaman or Justice League Throne of Atlantis. That is going to be the next Justice League movie and the next Aquaman movie, kind of like all scrambled up. You know what I mean? I want to point that out. Like, coming from we all watched Batman v Superman. The next movies that are gonna be coming out for that that are gonna follow that are gonna be like the Justice League movie and the Batman movie and
No, it's Justice League, then it's Aquaman.
Oh, Justice League and then Aquaman and then Batman. And then Wonder
Batman,
Woman.
then Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Okay, so those movies are I think they're gonna follow more closely to these movies and this sort of story than any other, Justice League story we've seen so far. I want to point that out.
I want to point out, like, I know we pretty much all share an opinion on the TV shows compared to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing I don't like about movies like shows, I hate having to wait from season to season. The fact that we're going to be getting Justice League this year, and it's going to have Cyborg in it, but we're not getting a Cyborg movie till 2020, I'm pretty pissed. That's 3 years.
Yep.
I mean,
3 years go by quick though.
Yeah, and I mean, it could always be like an origin kind of movie too. Like, we'll see how badass and cool he is, and then it'll make you want to go back and watch his origin movie. You know what I mean?
Already want to see the origin movie.
Yeah,
Well, I know.
you
but,
saw
like,
that
sometimes
from
you
that
just
from
don't
that
feel
one
like
or two from that little clip that you got in BVS. You do want to see.
Right?
You know what I mean? That made me want to see
Yeah.
Jason Momoa as fucking Aquaman really fucking bad. I saw Aquaman pop out with his trident and like stab that one guy or stab that camera and then bolt off through the water. I was just like, holy shit, Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I never even thought about that before, but that is an awesome idea. That is a good idea.
I'm actually kind of mad that she didn't look through all of them. I was like, man, you're gonna tease like just a few of them, but not all of them. That's kind of
She did go through all of them. We'll get into
Eventually.
that. Hold
I don't remember
on.
seeing berries. I don't remember seeing the Flash.
He was in a
get into that.
supermarket.
Yeah.
Never mind.
We'll get into that. We'll get to that
well,
part
I must
when
have
we
missed
get
that.
there.
Okay. Yeah.
We haven't even finished Justice League Throne of Atlantis, man. Because there's still after the credits. You guys watch after the credits?
Yeah, with Lex Luthor.
Lex
I'm
Luthor.
sorry. I would like to point out, I say Luthor. So, like,
Lex.
every time I hear Lex Luthor, I just want to stab myself in the ear with a pencil.
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. So you watched after the credits, obviously.
Yes,
What
I
is his
did.
proposal?
I
Or
think
his
he's going to try and
proposition?
form like a Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
That's what I figured it
That's
was.
the Legion of Doom. And Aquaman it is. Yeah, that's
Yay.
it. That's it. John,
Yeah.
explain we need to rate this, and you need to tell anybody who's listening for the first time what our rating system is.
All right. Well, if you're listening for the first time, we have the best rating system out of any rating system I've ever heard. If you're listening any other time, you know I'm not going to get this right. So,
This is where he's gonna get it wrong right
Okay.
here.
shut up. Our good ratings
Tilt.
are protons, the good part of an atom. Our neutral ratings in the middle are neutrons. That's the neutron of an atom, and our bad ratings are electrons. Those are the negative parts of atoms in a particle accelerator.
He
I got it right.
He got it right, and he had to think really hard for
Yes.
that one. All right,
Yeah.
so this movie, what do you give it, Zach?
Proton.
Proton.
Really good. I like it. I like this whole series that this director's doing. I say not just this one particular one, but all of them. So definite Proton.
John.
I gave it a proton from the start. I really, like I said, getting to see Shazam and Justice League War and like getting these characters to carry on and actually getting like a basis for them already going into this movie. I was already super hyped and they met all my expectations. Wasn't hard to meet them because, I mean, like Zach said, all I was expecting was Aquaman, but
Yep.
it was still nice.
All right, well, yeah, I'm also gonna give this one a proton because that Aquaman origin was pretty sweet, and it was just funny, and all in all, DC's animated movies, they're doing really fucking good with them, So it's really hard for them to get a miss, and they've only, in my opinion, they've only got one solid miss, and it was the most hyped one they did so far, and we'll talk about that later. So.
All right. So now I'm curious.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that later for sure. Not tonight, but later. We'll
I
definitely
hope it's not
talk
like
about
later,
it.
like next week. Don't be setting me up for disappointment here.
Not later next
Now I'm
week either.
sad.
Okay.
Not later next week either. I don't want to watch another disappointing movie for a while. Hey, speaking of which,
disappointing movies.
yeah.
Yes, if we're gonna be talking about disappointing movies, have I got
No.
a story for you?
Batman vs Superman. Now, when I
Dawn
first
of
saw this
Justice.
movie in the theaters, I didn't know I needed to watch the Man of Steel before this.
Oh,
And I went into this
Oh, that-
movie and I saw I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then like the person I was with had to go, oh yeah, this happened in a movie before. And I was like, what? When did they fucking tell me I needed to watch a movie before this one? I thought this was Batman vs Superman. It was just gonna be the first one, but no, I had to watch Man of Steel before. I still haven't seen Man of Steel, so I'm still confused at the beginning of this movie.
Neither have I.
All right, so like the Zod and Superman fight, I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and I had to
Yeah.
figure out that I didn't figure out that was Zod until halfway through the movie because the person that I saw the movie with didn't know who the fuck who the person was Superman was fighting, so I couldn't, get that in my head yet, and it was literally like almost ruined at that point in time. But
Shit.
I do like Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne. I do really, really, really enjoy Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne.
okay.
He's a very good
now-
Bruce Wayne.
Wait a minute.
Deep
I
breath
don't
before we
mind-
start this.
I should have grabbed more beer. I'm already out of beer. So I don't mind Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne. I do mind seeing a Bruce Wayne flying through a cavern at the first 20 minutes of the fucking movie.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that got
That
me. I was like,
Yeah,
saw
that-
I was-
immediately.
Do we need
Alright.
another Batman origin?
Yeah.
See me wake up Saturday morning and be like, oh, my girlfriend got an Amazon account. Oh, hey, look, Batman vs. Superman. I have to watch that this week. And I turn it on and I see that and I paused it and took a nap for 4 hours. I would rather sleep than
Boring.
watch that.
Do
Like,
we need
he
another
literally just-
Batman origin?
No, we don't. I'm sorry.
They're all
Okay,
the
don't get
same,
me wrong.
but-
I enjoy Batman. But just like with the Superman, pretty much the plot of this movie is Superman, Lois Lane gets captured, Kryptonite weakens Superman, use
People
Kryptonite
die.
to kill him.
Yeah, this was
Like,
all an
that's-
explanation movie for people who are retarded.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much what happens every time with Superman. So
It's-
that's all the plot of the movie was, and then it's the same origin for Bruce Wayne. He just dies, or his parents die, except for his dad. Why
Wait,
not
what?
just kill Bruce Wayne? Yeah, his dad lived.
Bruce Wayne's?
Thomas Wayne.
His dad
Did
didn't
He
live.
didn't get
I
Yeah,
say
he
his
did.
dad didn't live.
shot that night.
Yeah, no. Bruce
He
Wayne's
not-
dad
he
didn't
did.
live.
Yeah, he got fucking
dead.
killed, dude. He's
You know
dead.
how he got killed though?
How?
In the Zod fight.
That wasn't Bruce Wayne's
You
dad.
didn't- Yes, that was. Go back
If
and watch
that's
the
a-
first 5 minutes of
I'll
that
say if
movie.
That's a
Go
thing.
look it up right now.
No,
I
that is
promise
not
you,
true.
That was Bruce Wayne. Yes, it
That
is.
No, it's
Because
not.
he answers the phone and he goes Thomas no, because why would he?
No,
call his
he
dad
didn't.
Thomas?
It's not. That's not his dad. That you were very
The
wrong.
guy in-
I'm sorry, you're very wrong, but that is not his dad. That is just the guy who runs Metropolis's fucking Wayne Tech headquarters.
How
Which gets
does
destroyed.
Batman's dad died.
die
He gets
in
shot.
Batman
Pretty sure he
v
dies.
Yeah,
because he got
Super-
shot.
his dad's the first one to get shot at the beginning
Yep.
of the movie.
No,
Yes.
he gets shot, but he didn't die.
Yes, he did. John,
Not right away. Like his
John,
mom
you're-
got. I
you're-
guess
you're
his mom
making a
did die.
You're
first,
making
but-
a dumb. You're making a dumb of yourself. Please
I
don't
promise
say this.
I'm not.
Please don't say this to John. I mean, this
All
is
right, well,
really
while
good.
John-
This is really good content, John. Don't get me
I
wrong.
promise. At the
Okay.
start of Dawn of Justice, we see a flashback where Bruce Wayne was president of Metropolis while the highly destructive battle between Superman and Zod was happening at the climax of Man of Steel.
Yes.
All over downtown, buildings were getting trashed, and Wayne Enterprises building was right in the middle of the action. We see Bruce Wayne on the phone with someone, an older man in some sort of supervisor role, and he's urging the guys to evacuate the building, but it's not particularly clear who the guy is, especially because it really sounds like Bruce is calling him Dad. But we know that his father is long dead at this point, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I just came home from seeing this film and recognized the older man talking to Bruce Wayne on the phone as actor Lehman Ward, but he's not credited in the film. He's looking all over, blah, blah, blah. Point is, long story short, reading through all of this, the man in the building that Bruce was talking to is Dad.
No, it's not.
I
have this
that would
movie.
be
I have
really
this
weird.
movie on Amazon right now. I will pull it up and get the name of that guy.
I promise it's his dad.
Nope.
I mean, like, that's a really weird way to do Batman because every version of Batman I've ever heard, except for Flashpoint, is both his parents get killed.
Yep.
They get shot. by
Yep.
the mug.
They
Like,
both
that's
Why
get
else-
shot.
Okay,
They both get shot in the alley after
Yeah.
the movie. No matter
why
what
else
happens.
does Batman want to kill him then?
Because he killed a whole bunch of people. He's not an innocent person. He does things without acting,
right.
and he wants him stopped. And since he won't be stopped, he's gonna kill him. And then that's how they got put up against each other.
That's definitely a point that I want to bring up. Lex in this,
Yeah.
don't like him. As
That's Lex
What
Luthor
I-
Jr. though.
it is.
It
That's
is.
Not
It's
actually,
not his dad. And going through this on after my
Okay.
multiple watch throughs
Alright.
of this, I want to know. It never mentions that Lex Luthor's dad ever died. He just said father is gone.
True.
Okay,
'cause
he
he
never
mentioned about
actually
him
says
being
anything
orphaned.
about his dad being dead.
Okay, so then that was just a misunderstanding by my part. I thought that was Lex, and I thought that was an absolutely stupid way to iterate Lex. I was like, that is not his character at all. But him being Junior makes far more sense. Far, far, far more sense. Shit though, what else can I bitch about this movie? I don't think it needed to be 3 hours long. That was
No, man, dude, it was way too long. I had to actually take a break halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie.
You could have just cut it into a couple different movies if it was really gonna be that long. I mean, 3.5 hours is just. When I saw how long that was, I was like, oh, if I did not have to do a podcast over this, I would not commit to this right now. Like for real, like I saw that and just immediately
His name's
was like,
Jack, not Dad. Jack Dower is
Ah.
the name of that character that he's talking to in
maybe that's
the thing, and he's saying Jack. By the way,
yeah.
John.
So, I don't know. I'm pretty sure his dad's dead.
yeah,
I'm
his
pr-
dad
I
died in the alleyway.
Swear to God.
His dad died in the alleyway, and the guy he's calling out is Jack.
Swear to God, he said Dad.
Nope, he said Jack. I will. I'm backing
I'm
up a
gonna
little
bring
bit
this-
more.
I'm gonna
I'm
look
pulling
this up
up
for next week.
I'm backing up a little bit more. I'm gonna pull up the subtitles. Real quick. Subtitles, English.
This just makes me hate this movie
Some-
that much more. Then, if I'm actually wrong here, then that takes away any reason I thought this movie actually had a plot.
Because the dad was still alive?
Just because of that?
Oh, yeah, and Jack
Yo,
gasps.
yo.
Yep, Jack
I
gasps.
swear to God, I thought it was this whole movie Batman was trying to kill Superman because he killed his dad. So now
Really?
this whole time I'm sitting here
Really?
like, damn, we're fucked.
No, I mean, he still had plenty of reason to go at him. I
Yeah.
mean,
I
lots
understand
of
there's plenty,
reason
but
to
I
go
thought like
at
that
him.
was his major
But
like
that's
reason why
not
he
the
wanted
only
to kill him.
reason to go
Batman
at him.
doesn't kill.
Batman doesn't
Fuck.
kill.
This-
Oh,
Well,
that's
this
funny.
Batman does because he's more
Yeah,
cynical, evil Batman. I like it. This
Yes,
Batman,
yeah,
he's a lot
he
more
was
cynical
shooting
Batman. He's
people, yeah, he was branding people for death and shit. Like,
he wasn't
Batman-
branding him for death. He was just branding him with the Bat brand just because
which
just
gets
because
them
they
killed.
died. Because he's
Was
they get
branding for- They even put it in a newspaper where they're like,
Yeah.
Batman, judge, jury, and executioner, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. We've been criminals since the beginning. Like, so like he knows like when he brands someone, puts them in jail, they're gonna die. That's why he was about to brand Lex at the end there, and he was like, well, I'm gonna put you in Gotham Asylum, and then I'm gonna brand you, and they're gonna kill you, and then he for whatever reason didn't do it. But
Yeah.
spoilers, I'm getting ahead of myself here.
no worries.
But I mean, this
No,
Batman,
before you get too
Go
ahead
ahead.
of yourself, one thing I do know with Alfred in the beginning when he was talking to him, this is like 18 years after he was actually Batman, right? Or something to that amount of time.
he's been Batman for a while.
No,
I
he's
think
still
So he was
Batman. Yeah,
But like, this is after
he's
he
been
first
Batman for
became
20 years.
Batman. Yeah.
He's been Batman for 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alfred looks like he's been doing the same type of shit for a long time. I'm wondering how jacked Alfred is now.
I
Yeah,
like
this
this
Alfred is kind of cool though, isn't he?
Yeah,
Don't
he
you
was-
think?
Yeah.
I really like this Alfred like a lot.
Do they have any just Alfred comics?
Not that I know of.
That'd be pretty. I'd read them.
I think there is not like a full like line of them, but I think
They
there is,
probably
a
have like
couple
old school Alfred comics maybe, but not that I know of. I don't know. But I've never actually like thought to look into it either. So what do you? Okay, so we got Angry No Legs. Angry No Legs is like a main character for a portion of this movie. He starts out at the beginning, and he's like, Bruce Wayne.
Kevin or
I don't know.
Keith.
Angry No Legs. It was Angry No Legs. That's what I wrote down.
Angry No Legs.
Yeah, Angry
I'm pretty
No
sure
Legs.
it was Keith.
I don't know what his name was, but he was Angry No Legs, and
Dude, yeah, he was
even
pissed.
Bruce.
Batman
Like, how?
son.
What do you mean? Like, you don't care? Bruce is fucking there right when it happens. Like, a boss that wouldn't care would be still at Gotham, like trying to get a hold of you on the phone, and this building went down. Not there, like at almost in the building as it went down and pulling a giant steel beam off of you. Like, he's not that bad of a guy if he's doing that, you know what I mean? He could be way worse.
Right.
He could be like our bosses and never show up and never fucking only bitch about us in the fucking, corporate and shit like that. But no, he's there in the rubble, fucking help out. It's pretty sweet, not gonna lie. And Angry
I mean,
No
it wasn't
Legs.
even it wasn't even really his fault to begin with. And then like
Yeah.
he told him, he's like, I'll cover all the medical bills. You know what I mean? Like he was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay for this shit. Like this sucks that this happens. And then for whatever reason, he was still just a butthurt little fucker. I mean,
Yeah.
like if I lost my legs, yeah, that'd be some
He
shit.
was
But if Bruce
upset.
Wayne
He
offered
was
me
a
pretty much.
Yeah, he was upset
Go
with
ahead.
Superman. That's why he went to go deface the Superman idol or whatever.
Oh, I thought he was mad with Bruce.
But he's
because
mad
he
with
was
Bruce
sending him
too.
off his check.
Yeah, he was mad
Okay,
with
so
Bruce
mad at
too
both
because
of
he
them.
was sending him back, and he was sending
Yeah,
him
he was
back
sending
saying
him
like
back.
open, and he would like write on like in Sharpie over
I am
open your
ghost. I
eyes
will haunt
and like
you.
it was like
Yeah.
I open your eyes. You'll never see this, and blah blah blah. We're just pieces of shit basically.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Oh, so like back on Alfred being a badass, like yeah, he shows up in a couple of like little spin-off things, and I mean, he trained Batman as a kid though too. Like before
Yeah.
he went off to train with the League, like
Yeah.
he started to train him up and like taught him how to be a detective and shit like that. So
Yep.
like Alfred's a
And
beast, dude.
we're getting that kind of origin in Gotham, like the show Gotham.
Yeah,
We don't cover that show at all because we don't watch it because Fox makes you pay for their app. So
that's dumb.
yeah, I know, right?
Straight up, that's dumb.
It is. It's very dumb. So I stopped watching Gotham.
I would
Maybe
too.
we'll cover Gotham when it gets back on, when it goes on to Netflix. You know, the next season or whatever. We'll hit all 3 seasons or something. Do something. We'll do something. Maybe's maybe, baby.
Perhaps we shall see.
Um. Well, okay, so, and speaking of Alfred, he was the one who actually told Bruce to, do more detective work as Bruce Wayne and not as Batman, and that's when he went to that underground boxing match as Bruce Wayne, and he actually,
Yep.
like, went across, actually, like, hacked Anatoly, how do you say his last name? Anatoly
I don't remember.
Kanazev, the Russian. He's the
Yeah.
Russian. But, he hacked his phone with his phone at the boxing match, and he told the guy, like, to watch his whatever side, and the one guy beat the shit out of the other guy, and Bruce Wayne won some money, more money that he didn't really need, and was able to
Yep.
hack Anatoly's phone, which is really sweet. And that's why I like this movie was fucking brutal. There was a lot of people that hated it because it wasn't all
yeah.
like, 1980s Batman or whatever, but
I didn't hate it. Like there was some, like I said before when we were pre-gaming,
this
I
is
didn't
like-
hate it.
this is like
There were
new
some
age
trouble
Batman, man.
spots.
If we needed a
Yeah.
Batman, if we needed a Batman in our fucking society, this is the Batman we would need. No joke.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay,
Uh,
maybe his plane with the Gatling gun was a little too much, okay? Yeah, he doesn't need that. All right, I
Yeah.
agree. All right, he doesn't need the Gatling gun on his plane. He doesn't need actually, that's pretty much it. Yeah, he didn't need the Gatling gun on his plane. That's pretty much my only one of my only angry things.
Complaints?
Like I even like
suited up
the
armor is
fact,
pretty cool.
yeah, well, yeah, the suit armor he built to go up against Superman. Yeah,
Well,
I
he
even
had
like
that
the
before
fact that he's
Superman
been
was even a
drinking
problem.
lately. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that Batman will put back a
Of
few bottles of
course.
wine.
I didn't like Wonder Woman in this movie.
What?
Like as like how they developed her character and
This
how
is
she
my
just kinda
favorite. This
popped
is the
up.
only Wonder Woman I've ever actually been attracted to.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean, like she looked
find
good and like
I
her
find this
all,
Wonder
like,
Woman
dressed
the
up and, like,
most
fighting was cool.
amazing Wonder Woman. I was
But
so
like just
sexy.
the way they built her character was like it was lackluster. The way I put it is like they could have done so much more with this movie. They didn't completely fuck it up, but like they could
So-
have done it so much better.
I agree with Tom. Not only do I like this Wonder Woman, this is actually the only thing about this movie that I actually 100% liked.
Well, I guess I'm odd one out on that.
But
I didn't
now,
like how they introduced her and it's
to
just,
elaborate on that, they're gonna do a Wonder Woman movie
Yeah.
with her.
see, now that would be
So that
very much appreciated. Like
that's why I feel like they didn't go into it too much here, because the reason they wouldn't do a Wonder Woman movie before is because they felt like the world wasn't ready for a female lead role in a movie like that.
Yeah, which is
Shit.
really fucking sickening because
It's
like
dumb, right?
we need more female. I want more attractive
That's all
bitches
I'm at.
on the
Like,
screen.
please, just do it. Do
yeah.
it already.
Oh my God, she needs. Oh my God, yeah, dude. She is the most wonderful Wonder Woman. I love her so much. She's so sexy.
yeah, I mean like
When she showed up
Writing was great. Yeah.
and like blocked Doomsday's fucking
Mhm.
beams, and like you saw her and she had that face, I was just like and then when she like took Bruce Wayne's little chip thing and like stole it
Mhm.
and left, she was so sexy in that dress, and oh my God, she's just so sexy. That's one of the sexiest. That's the only. I've literally never been attracted to Wonder Woman until this movie. Ever. Never been
mean,
attracted
eh.
to Wonder Woman until this movie. I thought that Wonder Woman looked like a butch female bodybuilder that with
Yeah,
like man shoulders and
yeah. But I mean,
this actually
how do you
brought a
build?
good beautiful sexiness to an Amazonian. Like, I like it. I like it.
Well, I mean, that's fair. I mean, I didn't like how they introduced her as all. Like, I didn't hate her. I wasn't like, oh, this
What
is
do
an
you mean?
absolutely
What
horrible
at what
Wonder
point
Woman.
in time? What introduction are you talking about? Are you talking about
How she just
when?
popped up and stole the thing from Batman.
Yeah,
Like, that was the first like scene that
yeah,
she
that was the
had,
first
wasn't
scene
it?
that she had. Yeah, she
Yeah, it
showed
was
up.
just
You
like,
saw her. You saw her. She was, at the at the Lex Luthor's thing
mhm,
where Lex
the
Junior had his Tourette
the little
speech.
the little get together. That really was though.
Yeah,
Like,
he did. He straight up had a Tourette speech. He was just like, "Ah, ah, ah," like for real. He
oh
was straight up
yeah,
Tourette speeched.
he's crazy. But no, I mean like, if they could go back and just kind of explain her a little bit more with another
Yeah, they
movie,
probably
that'd be
will
awesome.
with a movie.
I would literally go back on everything I just said. I was just, I was expecting to hear more on that. You know what I mean?
But that's what I feel like. I feel like I was already expecting a lot out of this movie. And I feel like I was almost expecting too much, and then like when I finally saw it, I was like,
No,
oh,
no,
okay.
I don't think you
Okay.
were. Okay, I'm literally giving this movie way too much credit because, like, this is Batman versus Superman. All right,
Right.
we should have got gold and gold incarnate for real. All right, these are literally the most two iconic characters in the world put on the big screen together for the first time, and it made less money than what Deadpool did, and Deadpool costs like one third the price of this movie, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah, this movie was by all means a giant flop. Okay,
Oh
but
yeah.
there were some good things we could pick out of it, and that's what I'm here to
Right.
do
Right.
is pick out the
Right?
good.
At least it wasn't
And
the Ghostbusters remake.
I never saw it. And no, at least it wasn't the Fantastic Four remake.
Oh
Ugh.
no, the Ghostbusters remake cost like 9.3 million to make, and it only made like less than 30,000 its opening weekend.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was pretty bad.
it was bad.
But I mean, other than that, the movie flowed pretty well. They didn't any like plots that they brought up. They settled relatively quick. It overall flowed for being a 3-hour movie. I watched it. I didn't
Yeah.
exactly enjoy it, but I watched it. If it had honestly had been about anything else, I probably wouldn't have even have fucking bothered. You know what I mean? Like,
Now, when I watched this movie, I enjoyed myself while I was watching it, but that's also because the only other live action TV I've been watching is that like 2006 Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's true.
I mean, at
Uh,
least it wasn't that.
yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, it
Um,
was.
what did you think about the Joker tagged Robin suit?
I want to know
Like
what
he had in
happened
the
there.
trophy
That
case,
was
right?
that was Tim. I feel like that was Tim Drake's, and Tim Drake is the Robin that died.
That
Yeah,
Joker
but like,
Pillows, yeah.
I want to actually see the movie that goes. I want to see
You
that
want to
movie.
see that movie?
Yeah, so we
Wow.
have the Man of Steel that leads up to Batman vs Superman. We don't have anything else. Man of Steel was the only prequel to this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as I'm
That's kind
aware,
of
I
a
haven't
bummer.
seen it yet.
Why would you jump that far into the Justice League and all that without?
I don't know.
I
But
don't
this,
know.
I do like this Superman. Don't get me wrong. Like this
I mean,
Superman is a damn good Superman. He's a damn good Superman.
he is. Like again, I said I didn't hate it. I just feel like they could have, with the potential they had there, with the characters they had, like you said, the two most iconic
Hmm.
characters in the DC comic lines, like
Shit,
they
it's like
fucked
the
it
most
up.
two iconic characters in comics in general,
Yeah,
right?
just in
You
general.
say
Like
comic
Batman's like
books,
the number
you
one.
say comic books, people think Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, uh, and they think they're all together. Your
Deadpool,
regular
most recent
person,
times.
your regular person's like Superman and Spider-Man aren't with the same comics. I don't get it. Or Batman and
No, oh, you're lying.
yeah, Batman and
You're
the Hulk.
fibbing.
What? No, like I don't know.
Yeah, no, I just with what they were given, they could have gone so much further, and they didn't. But I didn't hate it. You know, they did it some justice, no pun intended. Um, but there was just a lot that I picked out and I didn't like.
Like what?
That they just. Well, we've already gone over it.
Oh,
I'm
that's
kind of
it?
just being a broken record at this point. Yeah, I pointed out the things I didn't like.
You only pointed out like 3 things.
I pointed out more than that.
I feel like you've only pointed out 3 things. I got a lot of things I really liked about this movie. Like well, first off, I want to ask. Okay, so Batman fell asleep a couple of times, right? And we saw
Yeah, he's having
him.
those weird
He
dreams.
he had some weird dreams. His first one, he was at his parents' grave and it started bleeding, and then all of a sudden, like a bat started coming out and getting him.
Man bat.
I was thinking, now I have written down, is that man bat or is that a parademon? Because later on, we saw him in another dream where he was dreaming about a post-apocalyptic future where Superman had, let's see, where was it? Superman, it's back here.
Yeah, they were in like the desert or whatever, and he
Yeah.
was shooting up the place. Yeah.
Well, Superman, I wrote down a Superman SWAT team and parademon fight. So the Superman SWAT team came in and they had these red shields, right? And they had the red Superman shields and they're all dressed in SWAT and fucking they came in and then all these parademons were swooping down killing the Superman SWAT guys too. And that was just after we saw Batman looking out over the desert and we saw that huge dark side Ohm symbol, you know? So
Yep.
like, you know, we don't know if Darkseid is confirmed yet or not. I don't know 100% anything about the Justice League movie and if Darkseid's confirmed, but we definitely got a Darkseid drop right there for sure.
Wasn't that dark side that Lex Jr. was praying to, like at the
No,
very end
that
there with the
is
SWAT team?
Steppenwolf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
that
thought I
is
saw the Omega
Steppenwolf.
symbol on his chest, so I was like, oh, that's fucking.
No,
That's
that is
Darkseid. No.
Steppenwolf with 3 of the 4 mother boxes. And you saw the other mother box when we looked into Cyborg's file, and you saw
That's what
the
combined it with
professor. He had that mother box, and it opened up, and it combined with his son and created Cyborg. Like we literally saw it happen on screen. But
Yeah.
now in that post-apocalyptic future, is that Superman being mind controlled, or is that Superman? What kind of Superman are we seeing there?
So
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time he's been mind controlled.
what I could surmise from this movie, like from what I want to remember of it, because I mean, I pushed out, the whole Bats picking up baby Bruce Wayne and the Flash talking to him in a dream that
Those
didn't
are
even
all-
look like the Flash.
No, that was Flashpoint. That was a Flashpoint.
Was
'cause-
that Flash?
Yep, that was a Flash came through and was like, "She's the key. You gotta remember. You have to remember me when you see this. She's the key." And he was screaming at him. That was my next point I was gonna bring up, as that was a Flashpoint thing where the Flash ran and had to run back in time and do a thing and tell Batman something to save the future.
I
Well,
didn't like the Flash. I didn't
was
even know
saying
that
that
was the Flash.
you couldn't
Like,
even if you didn't know that was supposed to be the Flash, you wouldn't. That's not the Flash.
Yeah.
Like it didn't
yeah,
look.
'cause, like, I even looked it up and tried to figure out who that was, and just eventually gave up. I had no fucking clue that was a Flash. Like I
gotta watch it
am
again.
actually a little bit even more
Gotta
disappointed
watch it
about that.
again.
Yep.
I've
Gotta
not
watch
seen
it again.
the 3 hours.
But no, from
No,
what I do remember
good.
of it, like I don't want to bash on what could be the Justice League that's coming out. Like, it could be a good movie, but from what I remember of this movie, like, I'm not looking forward to the Justice League movie.
You gotta
These
watch.
movies don't seem to be getting better at all.
I
so.
say you need to give it one more shot. Then try this movie one more time. Give it a good watch through. Sit down, pay attention to it. Give it another shot. You'll see. Just don't.
Well, it's the thing. Like, I have
What?
to give it in the shop. But you got to remember, this movie came out, what, 2015?
Last year, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 2 years ago, technically.
Oh, this came out last year.
Yeah.
It was around this time last year.
Wait,
So
Dawn of
2016?
Justice?
Yeah.
2016?
Yeah, I think
Shit,
it
I
was
thought
the
it was
beginning of
2015.
16.
Well,
can
I mean,
find out.
we're waiting a year for fucking Justice League at that point, or almost 2 years for Justice
Well, it's
League.
like 2 or 3 years,
Then we gotta-
actually, yeah.
Then we gotta wait another year for the Aquaman. Then we gotta wait another year for, like, it's. If these movies are getting progressively worse, and I still have to wait these years to see, like, I'm not gonna waste my time to go see them. I'm just gonna spend the money on comic books. Like,
Well, yeah, but when it comes out, you'll go see it once.
no, I did not see. This was the honest to God first time I've seen this movie. Is this week?
Yeah, I
Yes,
know,
first
but
time
if
for me,
you
too.
if you were hanging out with me and doing this when this movie came out, we would have went and
We
saw
would've.
this,
Yeah, exactly.
and you would have saw
Yes,
it when it
this is our
came out in the
job now.
theaters.
I still wouldn't have enjoyed it.
You still wouldn't have enjoyed it. That's funny.
Yeah, I overall.
I just, and that's the thing. I wanted to, like, like you said, it's Batman versus Superman. Like, this sounds like it's gonna be the best thing ever, and it was disappointing.
All
We
right.
should do.
What was
the
so
Darkest Hour.
disappointing about it?
The
It
I
just
don't
didn't
want to
live up
say
to
the acting because I
expectations.
felt like you said, Ben Affleck. I feel like he played a decent Batman. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor needs to never happen again,
Yeah.
Yeah.
ever.
He did
Like,
have a
please,
nice
I'm
little
sorry.
cool, like, okay, if they
He
did it
plays
as
a
a
good Mark Zuckerberg.
listen to me, if they did it did it as like a Lex Luthor Jr. and he was like Lex's kid and they brought the real Lex back, I think they could swing it, but
Jesse Eisenberg needs to not
be regular
Like,
Lex
Yeah,
Luthor.
I didn't
like I
like,
said,
that for a
the
villain.
Superman lore, the Jesse Eisenberg having to introduce Doomsday, the way that whole scene went, I just felt like it was forced and it just was shitty. Like Zach said with Wonder Woman, she was just thrown in there. Like, it was. I know that she's getting an origin, that's why I was okay with it. But like for people like Zach, like you weren't expecting there to be a Wonder Woman movie, so
Yeah.
just having that for her origin just kind of sucks. The way it ended, we didn't even talk about the ending yet.
No,
Okay,
we
yeah.
haven't gotten
so,
there yet.
Look, we get the fucking all your Justice League files and shit, and Superman's dead. By the way, Superman dies.
No, Superman doesn't die. At the very end, you see
see
that
the
little
ground
bit
shake.
lift up.
The little bit of the
Yeah.
dirt raise up.
Yep,
Yeah, that's
he comes
that's what I'm
back.
saying. That's the end though. Now, I don't think he comes back because here's why I think the Justice League might be able to redeem this movie. So Justice League usually starts with Darkseid. Darkseid, the film at least, or the plot in Justice League War was they were coming to just invade the Earth and take over all these people, and Darkseid wanted to take over the Justice League so he could take over the world, right?
Okay.
Well, he needed the Kryptonian to do that. So what if Darkseid has a way to resurrect Superman and take control of him? Like you said, that whole Superman SWAT team that he has is something that like he controls through Darkseid.
That would be cool.
Mhm.
What
And
about
for the Justice League, they have to figure
Kara.
out how they can save Superman from him.
Kara?
Was she present in these movies? Was she
No.
present in this?
No, but
Yeah,
if you need a Kryptonian to bring upon, if Darkseid needs a Kryptonian, why not seek out Kara?
What if he doesn't know about Kara?
Yeah, well, she hasn't revealed.
She hasn't
herself
been
yet.
revealed yet
She
that we
hasn't
know
been
of.
revealed yet, but I mean, Darkseid could seek out Kara, and we could get Kara. I'm just hoping
I mean, that'd
for
be
like
cool.
the best. How about that?
Right. But that's the thing. That's why I'm saying they might be able to actually, play off Batman vs Superman as like an intro to Justice League, Because I mean, I could buy that. Like, give me these half-assed bits and pieces that I'm getting,
Hmm.
Yeah.
and then see Justice League, and it all makes sense. But the way it's heading right now, like I said, these movies are just progressively getting worse.
Well,
So
yeah. I mean, the story is pretty. The story's got some pretty bad points to it. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but I mean, there's some pretty cool stuff. They just need to pick a little bit better. There was there's the scene where Jesse Eisenberg's like eating Jolly Ranchers, and then he like puts the one in the dude's
It's a
mouth.
guy, yeah. That
Yeah,
was weird.
that was a little weird. It made me
Licks
feel a
his
little
fingers.
awkward, and I didn't like that very much. Um, the things that I didn't like the Clark's dad on the top of the mountain, and then he's just, he's up there talking to yeah, that was
Yeah,
that was
just
like,
casual.
okay, that didn't really need to happen, but
a lot of this movie didn't need to happen the way it did.
and I want to know what Wayne Manor is burned down now. Like, and he
Yeah, I
didn't
guess.
rebuild it, and he just lives on a lake
No.
or something.
I had a theory to that.
What's your theory
So
to
have
that?
you ever played the Batman video games?
No.
Like Arkham.
I played the first
okay,
one.
well, in the end of the third one, Arkham Knight,
Mhm.
you're actually in Gotham, like you're patrolling around Gotham and shit. And the end of the movie, if you 100% it, like collect all the Riddler trophies and all that, the secret ending to it is Batman goes into his house and blows it up. Like he reveals on TV to Scarecrow that Bruce Wayne is the Batman and blah blah blah, and everybody finds out. And then as Bruce Wayne like lands the Batwing in Wayne Manor's yard, he walks into his house and the house blows up, so everybody thinks the Batman's dead, thus ushering in the era of New Gotham. And this is pretty much how they brought Batman Beyond into the video games, is because like you got gangs of Batman acolytes going around protecting the city. And then the leader of that is the new Batman.
They brought Batman Beyond into the Arkham games?
Yeah, pretty much.
Huh, I might have to get those fucking games now. Are they bad? Are they really bad?
No, I enjoyed them.
They're not terrible.
Oh,
I have
okay.
one for the PS4 if you want it. It's the third
I mean,
one
they're-
too, so.
All right.
Compared to a lot of games on the market today, no, they're all right.
Well, that
They
answers
had their issues.
that gives me a little bit. That gives me okay. All right.
Yeah. So that might be
That-
a reason,
that's
because
pretty
he killed
cool.
off the Batman and like wanted people to think he was actually dead. Maybe.
Oh, hey, and another point to make is Bruce at that point, he's been Batman for 20 years. He's older than his father ever was.
Yep.
And he
you
definitely
saying
looks
that.
younger than the guy that was talking in the building. That's Jack. By the way.
Gotcha. Check it.
Well, damn, you did actually. That makes some movies fucking terrible.
you just gotta watch it again. We gotta watch it again with a clear, less cynical mind, and
No.
maybe
Maybe I
try to
shouldn't
come at
drink.
it at a different approach on it.
I
Maybe
came
you
at
should-
it with an approach saying this is going to be a good movie. I want to see this. I can't wait to see what happens. And it's just, I didn't hate it. Like I said, I did not hate this movie. I just,
But the whole getting Batman and Superman to fight because Lex had, Superman's mom,
manipulated.
and he like
yeah.
blackmailed him. He's like, kill the bat, and this happens. Blah blah blah. That was kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie. The way that the Batman vs Superman fight went was kind of cool. I feel like the smoke grenade needed to last a little longer. But
Yeah.
other than that, yeah, that was pretty cool.
Now-
The spear thing, though, I want to say,
Yeah, that was.
I don't know. Okay, I feel like it's Bruce Wayne, right? He's got a lot of money. Why would he make a fucking
Mhm.
primitive ass spear? Come up with something better than a fucking primitive spear.
He did.
He
What?
had grenades.
Oh, the
He
grenades,
had smoke
yeah.
grenades.
Yeah, but I mean,
He had the bullets.
something. He didn't have bullets. He had the smoke grenades. That's it.
He just
I
had
had
the grenades and the
bullets.
spear.
Yeah.
Oh, he had a grenade launcher. That's
Now-
right. Yeah.
You say that he's Bruce Wayne is a master tactician. He really
Mhm.
is. Now, I think the reason that he only wanted to use the spear and the grenades is the same reason that Orm wanted to part the season shit. He was just flexing. He's like, I'm gonna take you down, but I'm only gonna use that. Like, you're gonna watch. I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Okay. All right.
Like,
Yeah, he actually did at one point. Have you ever?
yeah.
All right.
Will.
So the end
That
of
was
that
so
fight
dumb.
was really lame. The end of that fight and how they became friends was really, really lame. All right.
How
He
do you
was
know that
standing
your
over.
mom's name
he
is
was-
the
no.
same as mine?
No, he didn't even. It wasn't even really that, dude. He was standing over her, or he was standing over him, and he was like, Martha! You know, he's choking him, and he was about to stab him, and he's like,
Mhm.
Martha! And he's like, how do you know that name? How do you know that name? How do you know that
Yep.
name? And then all of a sudden, Lois shows up and was like, it's his mom! It's his mom! And then they stopped, and then he was like, I need you. Lex, you know, I was trying to tell you this before, but, you know, Lex, how would you have ended that better? The fight, okay? If you okay, so
See,
that is
I'm not a movie
literally
director.
one of the worst. That is literally one of the worst parts about this whole movie, right? That end, how they
Yeah.
ended that fight and became friends. Literally one of the worst ways, the worst things in this whole movie. Doesn't need to be
Yeah, it was
needed. That whole
lackluster.
fight between them, Batman versus Superman, it didn't even need to be Batman versus Superman. It should have been Batman and Superman, and Batman versus Superman should have never happened. And they could have changed the story up a little bit and made it just a little better.
Like,
Yeah.
they could have called this movie Batman. If they would have just called this movie Batman and Superman
And didn't
and
have
changed the
that.
story a little bit, I
Yeah.
would have been super happy with it.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
That's exactly what it
100%.
was.
Yeah.
Because like
it
we got a
definitely
lot of cool
wasn't,
things. Like the new Batmobile is fucking sweet. Okay. Oh, okay. So the new Batmobile is fucking sweet. The Batman plane, the Bat plane, that thing's fucking cool. Didn't need a Gatling gun. Don't get me wrong. All right. Didn't need the Gatling
a
gun.
little overkill.
Could have had like I don't know smoke bombs or something more Batman-y, right? But fucking cool as shit. All right.
Alright, man.
So like they had a lot of really cool things. They even name dropped Stryker Island. If you guys remember Stryker Island,
Yep.
we talked about that before. They even name dropped Stryker Island. That's where Doomsday fell from space and landed on Stryker Island. And then he actually like he started actually like ripping his like he looked more like Doomsday after that. Because like at first he didn't even look like Doomsday. It was just like, oh, look at you, you're a giant ogre. Doomsday is
started
supposed to have
absorbing
like
the power.
bones. Yeah, Doomsday is supposed to have bones and shit jetting from his shoulders and like, you know, you just look like a giant ogre. And then he landed on Stryker Island and actually turned into Doomsday, which was cool. Like they got Doomsday kind of all right.
I did. Doomsday was all right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
Doomsday
fight
got
was okay.
They got Doomsday all right. And then Batman. Okay, so then I got a few more nags I want to pick here. When Batman was going up against the Russians gang, he didn't use a gun, but he had a guy like wrapped around, and he like made the guy pull the trigger to shoot his homie. Is that the same as using a gun, or is that making somebody shoot their gun at somebody else?
Yeah, that's pretty much same. as
Didn't
using
he?
a
I
gun.
swear, I thought he used a gun at one point in this movie.
He did during the desert apocalypse. He shot a
Yeah,
whole shitload
in
of
his
people.
dream.
In his dream. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used a gun in his dream. Only time, unless you count the Gatling gun attached to his fucking bat plane.
I can actually explain that one too. Same
What?
thing with the video game. It's actually got rubber bullets.
Oh, really?
It just just incapacitates people.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. You get hit by a rubber bullet, you're still not getting
Oh,
up.
that hurts like
I
a
don't give a
motherfucker.
fuck. You're gonna
Yeah,
lay
that
down
shit
until you
Yeah.
he goes away.
But I mean, that plane was blowing up cars.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like using that Gatling gun and like cars were exploding. So I don't know if you want to explain that one away with rubber bullets, but
Explosive rubber bullets.
explosive rubber bullets.
you know,
They're
Batman's just
not
really
bullets,
good
I'm
when
not shooting
he
people.
when he beats up people. They just get really tired and they have to nap indefinitely.
You gotta go lay down for a little bit.
All right, what'd you think of the Super Friends versus Doomsday? that actual fight at the end was pretty cool, right? Like,
That was pretty cool.
so Wonder Woman jumped in, blocked with
Yeah,
her like
launching
guards.
in.
We got to see Wonder Woman using her sword. We got to see Wonder
Mhm.
Woman using her shield, and we got to see Wonder Woman using her lasso.
Yep. Just to draw back a little bit, she was searching for the Sword of Alexandria.
No, she wasn't searching for it. They were just kind of she just like was at an art museum and
Oh, she
they
was just a
showed up
connoisseur of
they're
fine
just a
arts.
connoisseur of fine arts. Yeah, that's where they
Gotcha.
wound up and that
Okay.
so now the Sword of Alexandria that's what brought them together. You know, Batman and Wonder Woman. Now this is a Batman and Wonder Woman I think might actually get together.
Oh yeah.
By the way, yeah, this is the Batman and Wonder Woman I think is actually going to get together because Superman
Superman's
and
already got
Lois,
his thing.
yeah, Superman and
Yep.
Lois are already together, so I'm feeling like Batman and Wonder Woman and this are actually going to get together, which would be sweet because Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot are really beautiful people. So,
Tom's just all happy because the celebrity couples.
No, okay, so wait, where was I at with that? I totally like lost my train of thought. The Super Friends. Oh yeah, so let's see. What I was talking about the fight. I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
I don't know,
Batman.
the Super Friends with the Doomsday fight. What we thought on it.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, what
Yeah.
did you think? What did you think? Give it to me here.
I mean, like I said, Doomsday wasn't. There wasn't. Okay. I feel like I've been doing nothing but nagging on this movie. I would like to point out it was not all bad. Like I said, there were some good parts, but like you just expect. I wasn't. Doomsday was good, but I wasn't wanting Doomsday. I wanted Batman versus Superman. Like
I didn't even want Batman versus Superman. I wanted Batman and Superman starting something. You know what I'm saying?
if it's named Batman and Superman, but they specifically called this movie Batman versus Superman, so that's what I went into it expecting.
And
Yeah.
the
Like,
fight wasn't even that good.
Which one?
No,
Their
I
fight?
thought
Yeah,
the
their
fight
fight.
was pretty good.
Their fight
fight,
wasn't
yeah.
good, but the actual end fight was really sweet. And now, okay,
Yeah.
so when, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen this in the past year and a half, you know, Doomsday stabs Superman, and Superman stabs Doomsday, and they like both die at the same time. Are either of them really dead?
No.
Like I
No,
said,
they're not.
Superman has to come back.
Yeah, but Doomsday, really? You think Doomsday actually died too?
No, he comes back, I'm sure. I was actually doing a bit of reading on Doomsday. Apparently, in the new 52, he gets a Green Lantern ring. Apparently, at some point.
Crazy.
Yeah, like he just never stops absorbing power, pretty much.
Yeah, I could see that.
He's a-
I can see that.
He's for a villain, he's pretty cool. I never heard of him until this movie, actually.
Who you
I had
need to
never
look
read
up
him.
is Steppenwolf. And
Yeah,
it's
I'll have to look him
Steppen.
up.
Steppenwolf, not Steppenwolf.
Like he-
Steppen. Like he's stepping.
I got
So-
you.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who you need to look up because that was the guy you saw at the end with
And thought was Dark
who you thought was Darkseid. Yeah, that's Steppenwolf. But before we get too far into the end, let's go over these files that they decrypted. The Wonder Woman file with the picture of her from 1918.
Yep.
The Flash file, which Zac never saw, where he was just
Apparently.
he's sitting in the grocery store and the guy's getting robbed and he's holding milk and he flashes over and stops the guy getting milk and then he put it back. Now I agree with you. Now when I first watched this, I was super aggro because I was like, that guy does not look like Barry Allen
He's
at
not
all.
Barry Allen.
He doesn't look like Barry Allen at all, right? At all. But when you watch the new trailer for the Justice League and you see Bruce talking to him, have you seen that trailer yet? Where Bruce is, we'll look at it after the show, but you watch this new trailer with Bruce talking to him, and you see him this time, and the new trailer, you're like, okay, I can kind of get down with it. But then you see the new outfit, and you're like, you're not a Power Ranger, kid. Put on a fucking real, you put on a real Flash outfit.
Get the spandex. Get the spandex.
Get the spandex. We need the spandex back, not the Power Ranger shit. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
I'll
fucking
show you.
CW
I'll show you.
rocks that shit.
I might be able to convince you on this Ezra Miller Flash. He might be good. He's not going to be as good as he's not going to be as good as Grant Gustin. Don't get me wrong. All right, Grant Gustin's our Flash. He will forever and always be our Flash because we are the Particle Accelerator podcast and we started with Arrowverse. So Grant Gustin will always be our Flash. Ezra Miller will always be number 2. But he at least has the chance to get to number 2 for us. Okay.
You know what'd be
Yeah.
cool though? You take
What?
Ezra Miller and you make him a Reverse Flash in one of the CW episodes.
Wouldn't that be so
That'd be pretty cool.
gnarly? Oh my god. Yeah, I don't think Ezra Miller would go and do a TV show. I feel
Yeah,
like
right?
I feel like he would be like, no, I'm not stepping down. I'm not stepping down. But you never know.
Whatever. It'd be a step up.
Yeah, no
Right.
shit.
I don't even know.
And then we got the Aquaman file where he was, how he was being swarmed by all those underwater people, underwater adventurers. I don't know what the hell they were, but
No,
you
I
see
feel
him
like-
pop out real quick. What?
It was cool. The Aquaman file was cool, but I feel like it was really lackluster.
What do you mean?
Because like, with the things that I've seen Aquaman do in the previous movie
Yep.
and like in Justice League Flashpoint,
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like there was so many different ways that they could have portrayed him using his abilities other than just like shooting
Well,
off.
it was a quick. I'm gonna stab a guy and get the fuck out of here because you're not supposed to know I exist.
But
You know what
that's
I'm
the thing,
saying?
He could have wiped out like everything.
Yeah.
He could have wiped them all out if he wanted to. He just didn't.
He didn't. He bounced real quick, and he bounced quick. Do you see how fast he left? He shot out like a fucking missile. So, and I saw that, and that made me super excited for Jason Momoa's Aquaman, man. Like,
He looks like a-
really,
He looks
He's-
like a cool guy.
he's gonna be a good
Yeah.
fucking Aquaman, I think.
Like,
He'll
And
do
then-
alright.
And then we saw Cyborgs, where
He's all fucked up
he's all
on the-
fucked up on the wall or on the board, and then his dad is sitting there trying to get him to get fixed, and then all of a sudden this mother box opens up, and like it attaches itself to him, and you hear him being created or whatever. That was pretty sweet too. I'm actually really excited to see Cyborg in the
Cyborg.
live action, and I want to see Aquaman. Those are the two main things I'm excited for in the new Justice League, other than, getting to see more Batman, I guess. But I'm always excited to see more Batman, so.
I don't-
Yeah, I
I'm-
mean, go ahead.
I really want to see Cyborg. I'm just, like I said, super pissed. We have to wait 3-4 years for
Yeah.
it.
Well, I
'Cause
mean, we'll
want
get
to
to
know so bad what led to that point.
we'll get to see Cyborg. We'll get to see Cyborg in Justice League before we get to see the Cyborg movie. So
But that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
think the Cyborg movie is going to be his origin.
yeah, or it's gonna be continue it on, and we're gonna get Origin in the Justice League movie.
Oh,
But they still have to do
Yeah,
the
I
Superman
know, and-
origin. They still
and-
have
and-
to do
and-
Aquaman
and
origin.
Just so you know, it's Snyder, the guy who did Batman v Superman, the director. He's directing the new Justice League movie.
Well, Dan Schneider. Listen
Not
here.
Schneider. I think it's
Dan
Zack Snyder or
Schneider,
something like
Dan
that. I can't
Schneider.
remember exactly, but
No, but this is his chance to redeem himself. Like I said, this could be a good movie still.
okay.
I'm not going to
Yeah.
place any
He also
bets
did.
right now.
He
but
also did Man of Steel, and that was
It's
really
just
good. Supposedly.
Man of Steel wasn't bad. It wasn't
So-
bad.
Yeah, he's got time to
know it.
he's got time to rebuttal himself. So, and then you get Bruce and Diana. They're putting the team. They talk about putting the team together at the funeral. We gloss over Superman proposing to Lois after he died. And now Lex is in jail, and he's saying the bell has been rung. Ding ding ding
Ring,
ding
ring,
ding.
ring, ring.
Ding
Yeah,
ding 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 ding. I liked it.
ding,
Okay, if he's Lex Luthor Jr., like the younger, if he's like the prodigy of Lex Luthor, he's a good prodigy of Lex Luthor, but he's not a good Lex Luthor, right? He's just a
Yes.
fucking. He's snapped. But if he's like, if he's like Lex Luthor Jr., you know what I mean? It would be awesome.
I feel like he's a mix between like Joker and Luthor.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've
That's what they
never
were trying to go
seen-
for in this, and I just
Maybe.
like look.
I just-
kind of like thinking about it and looking back on it, it kind of makes more sense, but it's still like
So
you can't just call him Lex Luthor then.
who else could
Yeah.
it be? Who else could it be coming through? Darkseid. What else could it be?
That makes me think.
I
Fucking-
also wanted to point out that when he was in that Genesis chamber, and or Lex was in the Genesis chamber, he picked up that little key thing and he put it in. To me, that looked
Yeah.
like a piece of Brainiac.
Really?
that
Oh,
key?
Yeah.
No, that was explained in the first movie. That's like
Oh,
a
was it?
little key. Yeah, it's like a little key he has
Oh,
to
okay.
activate that ship.
I guess then that is not a piece of Brainiac. All right.
that was a good
So-
idea though. Like I
yeah.
was like, hey, now that's a good one.
Yeah.
Um,
They're
Um,
thinking Brainiac is gonna be like sometime around the Wonder Woman movie.
okay.
Mm.
Then what do you think that this threat from space is gonna be? Everybody's saying that it's
Most-
Darkseid because the Darkseid all the Darkseid drops that were
Yeah,
happening in
it's-
the movie.
It's usually
Well, that-
Darkseid that brings the Justice League together too. So
Mm-hmm. All right.
Which. Ooh.
Superman is being buried alive at the very end, and that's all I got. That's all I got
I don't
left.
think.
um,
I don't think he was buried alive. Like I said, I think that was something coming to take his body or something.
No, man, because he can't really die like that. He can't really die
Yeah.
like that. He just needs the sun to regenerate, and they're burying him underground, so it's going to take a lot longer for him to regenerate.
yep. Diana and Bruce were having a conversation there
Yep.
towards the end. He's like, "Go find all the others. We're
Yep,
gonna
they
need
put the
them to
team
fight."
together.
Yeah, I don't like that's like they're organizing this Justice League. I like it better when they just kind of all happen to like.
Well,
come
they
together
had to
and team up.
organize. It wasn't Bruce who put them together before, but it was another person. Superman had to put them together, or Hal Jordan, for instance, had to put them all together, or whatever. So it's not Batman. It's not Batman usually, but this time it is, which kind of had a little bit of a problem with, but I got over that pretty easily.
I like the way Wars did it, where they all just kind of happened to be in the right place at the right time, and it just naturally happened. Instead of them just being, oh, we need to get all these people together, we need to go kick some ass in the name
Yeah.
of justice. It just seems a little weird that they're like, they're literally forcing the Justice League on us. Like it just wasn't something that happened. Like,
You're
this is
saying
being
that's like a
crammed
bad
into our
thing. Are you
face.
do you don't want the Justice League forced upon you?
Plot-wise and character development-wise, no, I don't want them forced upon me. I like it when stuff naturally happens.
They're
Okay.
they're making unwanted advances about Justice League towards Zack.
I
That's
need
funny.
more character development.
Unrequited. No, but
All right,
I'm
well,
just so disappointed. I'm
let's get
depressed
your
now just talking
final
about these Justice
disappointed.
League
Let's
movies.
get your Batman v Superman rating. What is the rating of your Batman v Superman? Disappointed.
I
Very...
go ahead,
Zach.
John.
No,
John.
you go first, Zach.
John, I want to hear your. What's your rating, John?
It's a very, very, very low electron.
Really?
Yes, it really is. I was
That
not
low?
happy with this movie. I wasn't, like I said, it wasn't necessarily. It's not an electron because it's bad. It's an electron. It's because it's not what I expected.
Okay. Zach?
It straight up gets a flat line from me. This is just an all-out Electron. Not a good, not a bad one, just a flat-lined Electron. I wasn't impressed, but I wasn't disappointed.
It's like this is like the ugly for us. This isn't the good. This isn't the bad. This is the
Yeah.
ugly.
Yeah, it was just right in between.
I am going to give this one a low neutron.
Really?
Yeah, because I
Wow,
actually
alright.
enjoyed some parts of it. It's just that like a little bit of it got screwed up. Yeah, sure. I
All right.
understand, but I mean
fair
there
enough.
was some parts that I actually really enjoyed, and I'm going to give it a low neutron. Like, yeah, it's almost an Electron. I almost hated the shit
Um,
out of it, but I mean, I drink a lot, so the world sucks. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
so I didn't want this whole podcast to end on a bad note, so I was actually saving something from the first movie to mention
Mhm.
to you guys. So when they're invading, the Orm's invading the city,
Yeah.
his soldiers attack somebody, and Superman had come in at that point to save them. Did you catch what his name was?
Uh-uh.
John Henry Irons,
Which is who?
the
Okay.
Man of Iron.
Ah.
Yeah. So
No, I
the
didn't
reason it
catch
caught
any
my
of that at all.
Yes, I didn't catch that either.
yeah, the reason it caught my ears is because they said John Henry, and I was like, wait, John Henry, isn't that the guy who like used his axe or pickaxe or whatever or sledgehammer
Oh,
to get
yeah.
through the mountain?
Yeah.
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 Well, in DC Comics, it's pretty much he's Steel. So like he's
Oh, he's a
alternate to
different Steel.
Superman.
The Man of Lead.
Yeah, he's the Man of Iron or Steel.
Man
They
of
did him
Lead.
in New 52. I'm thinking they're gonna do him in Rebirth.
That's neat. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
No. Oh,
What?
you guys want a fun fact? So I was just looking through like the Wikipedia.
Mhm.
In 1977, a feature film was produced based on the version of this character. The film Steel stars professional basketball player Shaquille O'Neal in the title role.
Wow.
Alright.
And what year
Shaq
was that?
plays
1997?
Yup.
Interesting.
Hmm.
We'll have to look that up. Write that down. Write that movie down. And we'll
Yeah.
look that up later. And
Well, all right.
hey Zach, let's see if I'm gonna test you here. Can you plug
Test me.
us?
Test a
Plug
cookie.
us for the end. Plug us for the end. Where can everybody find us?
God, this is a bad test. I know you can find us on Shout Engine. You can find us on Twitter. We got Google Plus. We got Spotify.
It's Google
Shit,
Play.
we got
Google
that
Play, not Google
Play.
Plus.
Sorry. I know we have a YouTube, but we rarely post on that. God damn it! What else do we have?
The main one. Where does all of our ratings come from?
iTunes.
Right there.
I'm sure there's a
Awesome.
couple of them that I missed too.
We
Twitter?
also have a website. No, he said Twitter. We also have a website, theparticleacceleratorpodcast.com. And you can also find us every Friday night here again, or Saturday morning, I guess, if you will, on Twitch,
Well,
where we usually start around 3. We're going to try to start earlier than 3, but we usually start around 3. What else you got, John?
I was just saying we need to talk to Eric, see if we can orchestrate a time change here.
Yeah, we could
try and get
probably
this
we
synced up
can
a little
get this
better.
on a daytime. We'll work in to get a daytime, live stream. But as of right now, we do a late night Friday night live stream. We'll eventually move to a daytime when it's better and more convenient for our work schedule. But right now, we're doing a nighttime live stream, and it's all right. Anything else you guys got to say?
No,
No. What are we doing next week, Tom?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Next week is my pick, and we're doing all Suicide Squad stuff. So, the Suicide Squad live action movie, which was god awful horrible, and and
We're going
we're
2
also
for 2 for depressing weeks.
Yep, 2 for 2 for depressing live action movies. And we're also going to be doing Assault on Arkham, which was an animated Suicide Squad movie, and that movie was fucking phenomenal. We're also probably gonna check out some Arrowverse episodes, some Arrow, where the Suicide Squad had a few prominent episodes, and maybe talk about those too. And whatever comics that we come up with next week. I know next week I'm going to be doing a lot of not Batman Beyond. I'm going to be doing what was it? Nightwing. Oh my God, it's right here on my hat, Nightwing. And I'm going to be
on your
doing
head.
Nightwing all next week. So that's
Might
my
be
picks for
covering
next
Dr.
week.
Fate next week.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you next week, and until next communion.